Everybody, welcome to the No Nonsense Live. Are you sweating bullets yet? Because I was. 130 degrees outside. Not the best day to relax outside, unless you got a pool. If you're one of those lucky people, I don't. But I'm not one of those guys who likes to go to the public pool and hang out. It's just weird to me. The older I get, I go, that's for the kids. That's for the families. I don't need that shit. I'm good. I'll hang out here in the AC for a while. So I figured I'd just do an impromptu 4th of July stream, you know, say what's up, see how it's going, because it is Wednesday. It's not noon. And I know everybody's fucking doing something today. Like, I didn't have to work. It's great. But at the same time, you know, people are doing other shit. So this is about as patriotic as I get right here. America. You know, I remember like in my 20s where, I look forward to holidays and stuff like that, because I used to think when it was stuff like the 4th of July, all you were doing was, you know, you're supposed to hang out with friends and family, barbecue, probably get shit-faced. Then I realized you don't always have to get shit-faced. Like, it's actually more fun for me today to not be around that shit. And I'm not knocking on people's fun. I get it. You know, I was just out over the weekend with my lady, and we were, you know, hanging out at a beach on 4th of July weekend, and everybody there, you know, you see them, they got beer in the water, they got drinking on the beach and blah, blah, blah. And you kind of just realize that's what people do. That is what people do, you know. And that's okay. It's just that when I look back at my own life, it looked like so many years and holidays, like that's all it was. Like, I only did that stuff because I was going to go drink and like just have a good time. And then I realized I'm like, maybe I wasn't having as good a time as I thought. Think about all the things in this world that's alcohol related, holidays, birthdays, and weddings. Can you imagine that if there was no booze, would people still want to go? And if they did go, are they having a good time, or as good a time as they thought they could have? Or were they going anticipating that they were going to drink and have a good time? Because I used to go and anticipate I was going to drink and have a good time. I was like, oh, man, it's a celebration. We're getting fucked up. Because I did, man. I drank a lot. And, you know, not today. I find it fascinating, though. Like, I'm perfectly content, like, doing nothing on the holidays. Like, I don't care. Like, everybody's always got these, like, expectations, like, you're supposed to be out doing something. Like, I never understood that. And I especially don't understand it today, like, why people are so obsessed with, and I've talked about this before, like, going out and always doing shit, like, to feel like they're alive or something, you know? I get it. Like, dude, I used to do all kinds of shit. Like, hey, let's just get in the car and go to Ohio tomorrow. Go to Cedar Point. Okay, and I did that. Like, spontaneous, impulsive decisions, and I'm living. I mean, I was. Like, don't get me wrong. I've done some amazingly awesome things. I've done some stupid shit in my life, too. You know, and everything else in between. But what I've learned is it's like so funny. You know, a lot of times people, you know, especially I see a lot with people with kids where they're like, oh, man, I just can't get some alone time. And then they get their alone time, say they buy a house, you know. That's another thing I can't stand. You save all this money, you buy a house that you can't really afford anyway, that you're going to pay for your whole damn life. And even after it's paid for, you don't own the fucking thing. You don't. You pay property taxes. The government owns your house. You're renting it from the government. That's a fact. You don't pay your property taxes no matter what. You're fucking out. That house, all that, the house itself and the land you're on, that is all rented from the government. Other than that, you know, you're just kind of, everything that's inside the house, sure, if you bought that, that could be yours. But then again, if you owe money, shit, they'll take that too. So I never understood why you get this thing. I think of a house as like a sanctuary today. You know, it's like something that you should have where you go there And that's just your sanctuary, like your place of whatever. Because when you go outside your house, I mean, that's when you got to interact with the world, the public, your job, other people, family, friends, blah, 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 blah. And you run into people everywhere else you go. But when you come home, it's supposed to be your spot. So what I don't understand is when you have that spot or you desire that spot, you get that spot, what the fascination is with a lot of people to leave it whenever they can to go out and stuff. Like, I never understood that. I was like, then you like, you know, save up for a bunch of years and get that promotion so you can have this place. But yet, when it comes down to things, you just want to go somewhere else. Like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I like traveling, man. I've been over a bunch of places. I like road tripping. I've been out of the country. It's like there's a world out there outside of, you know, wherever your habitat is. But if you can make a home your sanctuary and you're spending all this time and money to get this thing, and then you want to leave it whenever you can. I don't know. It seems weird to me. Like, I know I'm alone right now. This is fucking great. It might be 100 degrees outside, but the AC is on. I'm comfortable. I don't have to work today. It's like the first 4th of July. I haven't had to work in like 3 years. So it's like, why would I want to do stuff? I don't know. But that's me. I mean, because I think, like I said, when I was younger, I always was doing stuff, but with booze involved and partying and people. Like, that's all it was. Not everything, but a good chunk of my 20s, I think. Most of that decade was all, oh, it's the 4th of July. You know what that means? Somebody's going to fall in the fire. Someone's going to blow their hand off. I'm probably going to get passed out and have a dick drawn on my face because that's how I used to be. Yeah, that's a true story. Whenever you pass out around your friends, they draw dicks on your face because we're very mature. And that's the sensible thing to do when somebody's passed out from drinking too much. Or put pickles in their socks, you know? Long story. But But I get this thing too where we've got an abundance of stuff that there's things I want to do. Like I've talked about, I want to plan my trip and drive down Route 66. And now how I'm going to do that, I'm either going to fly out to California and drive it back, or I'm going to drive there and back. I haven't quite decided yet what I want to do. But I definitely know I'm going to rent a car. And I definitely know I'm taking a minimum of 2 weeks. So I'm trying to see like the best course of action, because what I want to do on that is because I find when you're on the road and you actually talk with people outside your normal circle of life, there's just a vast array of people that you can interact with. And I love talking to people as individuals, because when you talk to a person one-on-one, you could see where they're coming from, what drives them, where they got in life, how they got there, their story. You know, all I know is where I came from, you know, and in my mind, and I could share all that with people. But then you find some other person somewhere, you hear like, you know, their whole life they were a sheep herder, and that was the thing. And it's like, wow, that's amazing. But how did you become a sheep herder? Well, my daddy's daddy was a sheep herder. And then you hear that story, and it keeps on going down and back and forth. I like that. You know, it's groups I can't stand. I don't like crowds of people today. Like, yeah, I go to concerts and shit, but I enjoy music. You know, I'm not the guy who sits in the front of the concert, like up against the barricade, having 5,000 people push against me while I'm getting kicked in the face as people are crowd surfing anymore. It's like, I don't like that anymore. Because I realized how much of the show I was actually missing. Yeah, I was in the front row, like right up there seeing the artist, but 70% of the time I had to look over my shoulder to make sure I wasn't getting a foot in the face, because people kept coming over and then you're like getting squished. I go up in the balcony now, and like smaller venues, and I lean back, I get a nice view, I sit down, I relax. I'm like, and I get up, and because I go to metal shows, but I enjoy it. I see the band, all of it. I can hear the music, I feel it. I go, now I can actually enjoy the show more. I used to think the best experience was being up in the front. And don't get me wrong, it's a friggin' experience when you're like, especially when I was younger, like at Slipknot shows, like my first show ever, Slipknot, you're just sitting up against the barricade in the front. Like when they first came out, I mean, that was brutal. Fucking brutal, man. I went crowd surfing during Spit It Out at the Congress Theater, April of 2000. I mean, that's brutal shit. But that's also when I was 15 and I was a kid just discovering life. I'm almost 34 and I'm like, I don't know. I think just what I mean is like the things I find fun now are different kinds of fun, but I still have a good thing. And I hate when people try to convince me otherwise. Like if I'm like, don't you want to do this stuff? I'm like, no, not really. But if people want to go do whatever the fuck you want, man, if you want to, you know, jump into a pool of sharks and swim with them, by all fucking means, go do it. I mean, that's what you want to do, but I don't want to do that shit. I have no interest in that. It's like, it doesn't sound good to me. It's like, I got a pretty good gauge of what I like to do. I'm open to new shit. Like, what was it? A buddy I work with is always talking about rock climbing. And now a few years ago, I wouldn't have considered rock climbing because, one, I definitely was not in physical shape to go climbing up anything. And it didn't sound interesting to me. But recently, it's kind of crossed my mind as like, that might be a challenge for me. Something I might actually enjoy today and give it a try. But that took me a long time to get to that point of maybe becoming willing to do it, you know? It's like, I don't know, I might rock climb. So, yeah. Oh, man. Hey, what the fuck do you guys like to do on the 4th of July? Because I could tell you right now, I still cook out, man. I like to just have like a steak and chill. Like where I'm at right now, it's 100 degrees and almost like 96% humidity. It's borderline raining. So it just feels gross when you walk out. Like you just walk out and you're instantly sweating. Like unless you're like living in the pool all day, it just doesn't sound, it's not fun. It's draining. It takes away my energy. Like I don't know how these super athletes, I see people out running in this, like you guys are fucking nuts. Like that's not healthy. Excuse me. Neither was that. But it's like I sometimes wonder what is healthy. It's like I don't even know. But I don't know. It's like the 4th of July rant. But I'll tell you this much, man. I like blowing shit up on the 4th of July. That's something that hasn't changed. I love fireworks. I don't know. I find it fascinating that we like things that make loud noise and explode. Who would have thunk it? But I do love Roman candles, because Roman candles, man, you can go nuts with those. And mortars. Mortars are kind of where I lean to now. Can't go wrong with some firecrackers, right? You know, you just get like that one little brick and you throw it under someone's chair. Oh, man. I remember I talked about this in my podcast, but like I said, I remember 2006 once, the best thing I ever did was I got $200 worth of fireworks. I went to Indiana with my buddy Dan, and we loaded up my trunk. And it was buy one, get one free, anything. So you can mix and match assortments and all this and that. So I bought like a $200 assortment that just had everything. And then I took another $200 worth of stuff and I put like a, Roman candle assortment, a bunch of other assortments. I had like $600 worth of fireworks for $200. It was great. I packed my entire trunk full of fireworks. It was filled to the brim. Because I had a sound system in my car back then, and I had to take my speaker out because I didn't have enough room, and I was traveling, and I don't want to get caught with these things that should be legal across the entire United States. I don't understand that, how some states like Illinois, fireworks are illegal here, but you can just cross over to any state next to us and they're all legal. Like you just go over to Indiana. Like as soon as you're getting close to the Indiana border from Illinois, like there's just this billboards of like fireworks things like right on the edge, because I know people just cross over and buy that shit and bring it over. Like I don't understand why that's illegal. Like can we like not make that illegal anymore, Illinois? Can we just think about it? You legalize fireworks, there's some more revenue for you. Open up some fireworks stands, tax the shit out of it. You'll make money. Not thinking very business savvy, are we? No, let's keep it illegal. And when most of the time, cops don't give a shit if you got fireworks anyway. And if you do, they'll just take them and use them for themselves. That's right. That's right. That shit doesn't get thrown away, go to the police department. They're like, nope, thank you for the free fireworks that you spent a shit ton of money on. Now my 4th of July is going to be that much better. Yeah. So I think we should legalize fireworks. Come on, Illinois. Step it up. We got the only thing that's legal here are smoke bombs, snakes, and sparklers. A bunch of gay shit. That's right. That's gay. Even gay people would say those are pretty gay. Like, you guys don't have some Roman candles or anything like that? No, they're gay. It's like you see fireworks stands in Illinois, and they're just, that's a giant fireworks stand. Like, how many smoke bombs and sparklers can you sell? You know? How many do you need? I get it. Sparklers are great for the kids. You know? You don't want the kid with the firecrackers and the mortars. You know? You don't want him to lose a fucking eye or blow off his finger. I get it. Sparklers. Even those, though, I mean, some dumbass kid takes that sparkler and stabs another kid in the eye because, you know, that shit's burning super hot. You ever have it, you know, that little ash thing fall on your hand from a sparkler? Not the spark itself, but like maybe an ember fall off. Burns like, dude, it's hot. It'll give you a nice second-degree burn there. So, yeah, it sucks. But I don't understand. This is America, too, and why fireworks across the board aren't just legal in every state on the federal level. I don't get it. I don't understand why some stuff is federally still illegal, marijuana, and then legal in states. They should just legalize it all, folks. Legalize every single drug. Yeah. Because then people can pick and choose. You know, this is a good idea. That's not a good idea. And then they're fine. I mean, I do believe, you know, I don't smoke, but if you want to smoke yourself to death, that's your choice. You know, it's like, I think everybody should have the right to do what they want with their own body, you know, and nobody should be told what they can and cannot put into their body, you know, within reason. If you're cutting up people and eating them and you're a cannibal, hey, we should probably put a stop to that. But, you know, you want to smoke 3 packs a day, drink a gallon of vodka, swallow a bunch of pills. I guess it's really your choice, right? And I get it. Some of it, you know, it's kind of a, because some people do have addiction problems, and it is a thing. Like, especially with opioids, man. Heroin, pain pills, it's out of control. Even people who are like, I had such a good job, they get addicted because that shit's powerful shit. So I don't believe in taking any narcotics of any kind because I know myself, I couldn't handle that shit. I'd abuse them. And it's not even that. It's just that it changes your body chemistry so fucking much that you're not even you anymore. You're not even you. I don't even like taking ibuprofen unless I have to. You know, if I'm having a headache or I got a pain somewhere, I'll take ibuprofen. That's like the extent. Sometimes allergy medicine. But I tell you, since I've been eating better the last couple years and working out moderately, my allergies are so much better this year. Like, I went through spring and had like 0 allergy days where I was like, fucking this sucks. 0. The last couple years were brutal. Like, you know, nose is dripping, fucking sneezing, watery eyes, itching, all that dumb shit that I thought was allergy related. But then, you know, I've slowly changed my eating habits. You know, I still, you know, cupcakes here and there. I haven't cut out everything completely 100%, but I'll tell you, I've minimized the shit out of that stuff. You know, I eat mostly meat, and that's it. Mostly meat and veggies. I mean, some veggies. I'm not a super big veggie person. I just eat a lot of meat. Steak. I eat eggs, you know. I still haven't cut out complete carbohydrates. Like, I still have a little bit of bread. I don't eat pasta, though. Hardly ever anymore. Like, I don't even want pasta anymore. Like, it's weird. Like, if you start just giving your body food that you know is good, and just be consistent about it and taper yourself off from all the other bullshit. Like, you don't even want it anymore. Like, you don't even want it as much. Like, don't get me wrong. If there's an Oreo there, I'm going to eat like 6 of them and all this other stuff. But you just don't crave that shit. Like, I really, like, if I eat pasta now of any kind, I just, I feel like shit. Like, I don't get the energy from it. I mean, I don't feel good. Like, I want to go work out more. Like, I'm like look at me. I look the best I've ever looked in my life, folks. And this is coming from a man who's been struggling with being fat half my life, at least. And I've gone up, I've gone down. But what I've never done is like, yeah, I've been lean, but I never really worked on toning myself. And now that's what I've been doing. 3 months solid. 3 months solid. And I've been the mostly meat stuff. You know, I really hardly, I try not to eat processed stuff as much. You know, I'll have a turkey sandwich or that. I still eat dairy, cheese, but I don't drink milk anymore. The only dairy I really have is cheese, but it's not like a daily thing where I'm eating cheese. Like I said, it's mostly eggs, protein, good fat stuff, peanuts, nuts, you know, where you can get good fat from. I tell you, you know, this is how I look at it, and this is anecdotal for me because I'm not a fucking expert, but I also don't believe there's 1,000 stupid, everybody did this diet, that diet, everything works. And I go, everybody's different. But if you just, the way I look at it is I pretend that it's 200 years ago. There are no grocery stores. There are no preservatives. There's none of that shit. There's no fucking Fruit Loops. There's no Doritos. Oh, I love Doritos. There's no fucking processed meat. It was just, how did you get your food 200 years ago? It was farmed, you hunted, you fished, you grew it yourself. So I've come down to the conclusion that somewhere in the last 70 years, we just fucking fucked everything up with our preservatives and this and that to make shit last longer. We got a little creative with our sciences. But if you just look at like nature and pull out all the nonsense that we think is better, just eat meat and vegetables, folks. That's pretty much what I do. Meat, vegetables. Cut out things that aren't real. Cut out stuff that says that low fat shit. Fuck that. Eat fat. It's great for you. Eat meat. Eat medium rare meat. Eat beef. Eat chicken. Pork. Eat all the meats. You know? And you get a good amount of nutrients from that. I feel fucking great today. I can wake up in the morning and not want to punch somebody in the face. And that came from like either, you know, eating shitty, I think is 85% of the battle. 85%, at least. The other 15% is like whether you exercise or this and that. You know, you don't need to go gung-ho in the gym and shit. But 85% of it definitely is what you put into your body. And it's the American diet. You want to go get a fucking you know, hot pocket, or you want to have the TV dinner? Your processed meat that looks like meat, but is really not meat, but is very cheap. Fuck that. Real food's not that expensive. You can go pick groceries out at the store and buy a little bit of meat. You get the bulk pack. You freeze what you don't use. You fucking buy fresh veggies, you cut them up, put them in a bag, you freeze them for later, you bust them out when you need to cook them. Cook, prepare yourself, man. Too obsessed with going out to eat, too. It's like, I eat out, but it's like, even I don't know where that shit's coming from. I work in a restaurant. A lot of that shit is shipped in little packages from a factory. I don't know what happened to that factory. I don't know what they're putting in that shit. It can't all be good. So if I just stick with meat and veggies, man. I'm 161 pounds, man. I have not weighed 161 pounds since I was 16, 17 years old. And, yeah, I got color because I've been laying out because I'm a fag. But you know what? Absorbing the vitamin D in the summer, I have to. Because in the wintertime, man, I'm so white that when the sun reflects off me, you will go blind, okay? And I like it. It's the time I feel good because I know in August I won't sit out and the color will fade quicker than my hair grows. I'm doing whatever, new hair look. It's because I was told it looks good without gel. So I'm trying it. See, I'm trying to change, but it's hard. Change is hard, man. Change of your mind is very hard, but I've been introduced to so many new ideas and concepts, and I've applied them to my life, and I am mentally so much better, physically so much better, because I do this shit. Not all these fucking people that tells people. You know, I've been asked lately, people ask me, like, how did you lose all this weight? Why are you this and that? And it's like, I like that because, like, I hate blasting shit on the internet about what I'm doing in my life. Because who cares? But if somebody sees me and they're like, what are you doing? Because they may need help. I'm more than willing to just tell what I've been doing from my experience and how I'm doing it. And this is how I got here, you know? I don't say, you know, I try not to say this works, that works. It's like, I don't know what any fucking thing works. I just know this. I cut out fake food. I eat mostly real food. I feel much better. It seems like common sense, really. But to be honest, most people are like, no, I eat healthy, as they're eating a yogurt that's full of sugar. You know, that's the other thing, too. Cutting out refined sugars is a big fucking deal, man, if you want to drop weight. Because sugar's in everything. Sugar and soy products. Watch out for the soy. That's the other thing I've been... I became aware, and even some of my vices that I've had, I realized have soy stuff in it. And soy for guys is not good. It gives you higher estrogen levels, man. We don't need that. We need both things in this world. We need men and women, the yin, the yang. We need each other. I feel empathy and sympathy for people, but I gotta have my masculine qualities. You know, I believe, if I recall from some of my ancient Egyptian research, that they found a balance between having masculine and feminine qualities and traits for both men and women. You know. Because if you lean too much to one side or the other, it's all out of whack, man. You can't have everything be all men dominated masculine because the world goes to shit. But you can't have it be all pussified feminine. Everybody's just got feelings. Let's just be careful how we approach them. No, because then you can't have that either. You gotta, even on the own individual basis, myself, I gotta balance that shit out. I have to. Otherwise, I go fucking insane. Balance, man. It's hard to achieve balance in this world because we're so distracted by other shit, making money, paying bills. Am I going to get to college? Am I going to go here? Am I going to go that? Am I going to get this promotion? Am I not going to get this job? Do I have this? Most everything is out of my control in this world. People, places, things. But what isn't, the only thing I can control is how I react to this world and my own decisions in life. That's about it. And I like to keep myself on a nice, even playing field. So, I think I'm going to wrap it up. So, I don't even know what the fuck I talked about. Was that good? Was that nice? Nice impromptu thing? Shout out to Zach again. Hope you're watching, buddy. I'm going to keep doing these. But throw me some fucking ideas about what to talk about. I don't know. I've been staying out of the news shit. Like, I'm not even paying attention to the news articles that I read anymore because I just don't give a fuck. You know? They want people to react so much to this stuff to just kind of keep you distracted from about what's going on over here. Like, they're doing this shit here. But let's look over here, guys, at what Donald Trump said about immigrants. Fuck all that shit. Worry about your day-to-day, man. Worry about you. Fuck it. It's like this weird thing that we as human beings want to just, or at least in the Western world, we want to hone in on stuff. Yeah, my opinion matters. Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. No, my opinion doesn't matter. What does my opinion have to do with anything? Nothing, really. I just live my life, man. I enjoy myself doing the things that I like to do. So, Let's get crazy. Oh, yeah. You guys gonna blow some shit up, huh? You gonna blow some shit on the 4th of July? Be safe now. I mean, like, that sounds weird coming out. I'm gonna get flagged. Like, what he said? He said blowing something up. I mean, like, yeah, fireworks, man. Relax. Fireworks. You know what I always liked? Little crackling bombs. They're like a weaker version of a firecracker. Like, it looks like a little mini bomb, like it's a little green bomb, like a little bomb from Mario. And it spurts out into all these little crackles. Like, it's not very loud, but I just like them. They're okay. I miss good old, like the old M80s, like that little fucking tube where, like, you know, just look like just a giant firecracker, but, you know, you threw that thing, or silver salutes, like real silver salutes, not the bullshit thing because they realized, like, yeah, we should probably regulate dynamite. But, you know, the old M80s, like that little thing with that big bang, man. Boom! That was awesome. That's where it was at. I miss those. Or like a quarter stick dynamite. Oh, I like the big. I always like shit that gives a big bang. Because it always fascinated me that little thing, or just that little bit of reaction, you know, little chemistry there, just a little flame makes that thing explode, and the noise level that it lets out is awesome. So, all right. Well, it's been fun, right? So, America, happy 4th, blah, blah, blah. You know, go enjoy your barbecues, your kids' pools, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are drunk right now. And that's cool, man. Be safe about it, you know. Watch out for the roadblocks if you're driving, or, you know, be safe. Don't drink and drive. You know, this is a nice little PSA here. Give your keys to a nice designated driver. You guys know. I don't need to tell you. You're all grown adults. You got this figured out. You know best. You got it. You're fine. You're good. You're in the company of loved ones and people who care about you. You'll do fine. They'll let Uncle Jim just fall down the stairs. It's Uncle Jim. We'll just let him. He'll be fine. It's okay. He's throwing up, but he's on his stomach. It's fine. His head's turned to the left. He won't choke to death. Don't worry about it. Everybody go enjoy some cake. All right. Oh, man, what's this? Oh, nothing. All right, folks. Well, everybody have a good 4th of July. I will return, not this Sunday, because I have work obligations, but I'll return next Wednesday at noon. So I will see you guys then. And until then, have a happy, safe 4th of July. And be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Put me on Twitter. Help me out here, guys. I never asked for help, but I realized if you guys like what I hear, you need to share this stuff. Tell somebody about it, because YouTube's algorithms will never let anybody know what I'm talking about. That's all on the people that watch this stuff. So, all right. Latest.